Welcome to the next chapter, in which we are going to discuss the analysis that we need to do and of course the preparations that we have in order to participate in the trading market. You see, crypto market is quite a lot different from the usual markets, let's say the Forex market, because it reacts much more violently to any sort of news that have been released when it comes to news related to cryptocurrencies. So whenever you're making a preparation for your trading sessions, whenever you're analyzing the market, of course, you have two ways of doing this. And we've already mentioned this in the previous videos, but what we have is a technical and fundamental analysis that we have to do in order to successfully trade in this sort of markets. Now, technical analysis has been around for quite some time right now, and it's actually pretty straightforward. It doesn't work much different from what we have to do in Forex markets. It basically requires you to study the patterns. It requires you to study the movement of the price on on charts. What technical analysts do, you see, they will draw all sorts of shapes on the charts. They will try to predict what will happen in consideration to what was happening in the past whenever the graph was moving in a similar way as it is moving today. There are quite a lot of tools for you to do this. There are quite a lot of analysis out there that you can actually look at, that you can study yourself and decide on your own what do you think that is going to happen in the next of course few minutes, next few hours, next few days. Now, the fundamental analysis is the one that, at least in my opinion, is the one that is more important in crypto markets than it is in the regular Forex. Now, why is that? Is because, like I already mentioned, the market reacts much more violently to what the news were. So there are opinion makers, there are influencers out there that are, quite valued in regards of the crypto community on what is going to happen with cryptocurrencies next. Now, more and more people are coming in the crypto market, of course, that are not so familiar with it, that are also a lot less confident when it comes to trading. Now, this is very important to understand, because this sort of people are going to react in a very negative way whenever negative news are coming out, and they are going to react even more positive whenever the positive news are coming. So as the amount of people that are participating in this market is increasing, of course, different sorts of people are coming. There are, of course, funds, hedge funds, there are institutions, and there are individual traders who apparently have a lot of crypto, and all of them together are the ones who are making this market. Now, we can understand that, a hedge fund or some institution that is doing this professionally is going to, understand how the market works a little bit better, and they will not consider every single news as either bad or good news. But when it comes to, normal people, when it comes to people who are trading for fun or as a hobby, these people will react much more, and this will, of course, influence the market into going in one of the directions. So it is extremely important for you to follow the news, to follow the channels that are going to inform you with all of the relevant information that might affect the movement of the market. There are already established news channels. There are already established ways for you to understand what is happening in the market, and for you to understand where the market is going to move according to the news that have been provided to you. I will give you one of the examples for you to understand, how news can actually affect the movement of crypto markets. For example, there has been this news coming from India, or for example from South Korea, where they said that they will do their very best in order to block anything crypto related. And of course, this resulted in a major downward trend for all of the cryptocurrencies at that specific time. So all of the people who actually got the news in time, who understood what this news are going to do in the market, who understood, that this is actually bad news for somebody who really doesn't know the background of this news, they understood that the market is going to move down. So this was actually the perfect opportunity for anyone who wanted to go short, who wanted to, let's say, leverage on the reduction of price of Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency. This was a good chance for them to make money. You see, this is not just important for the people who are participating in the trading platforms. This is also important for the people who are holding the coins for, for future increase. Now, if you are a little more of an adventurer, then this is the perfect time for you to, sell, or let's say exchange one of your cryptos for one of the fiat, wait for all of the dust to come down, and then buy again at a cheaper price. There was a very interesting thought that I have read online when, when the markets were really falling quite heavily, the price was being, pushed down. One of the most interesting thoughts was somebody saying, well, whenever everybody's selling, just try to think, who is it that is buying?